Woo. All right. Not very often I do StreamYards alone, so it's a little weird because I'm talking to myself basically. So bear with me here. I thought what I'd do is have a look at Pledge Buy. Came in the mail. I put an order in for it a couple of weeks ago, and I moved. I moved a while back, and I guess I haven't updated my details because it turned up at my old house. But I thought before I get into that, I wanted to show you all the content that's in Heroes of the Nam, which used to be Forgotten Heroes. I think it's on its now third iteration in the Lock and Load series of iterations that they tend to do. This is the box that you would normally find the whole kit and caboodle in. And I was just looking through the number of scenarios, and I was kind of surprised there were as many as there were. Nearly 26, if I want to do a quick rough count on that. 26 scenarios, a bunch of stuff, right? And then you've got Battle Pack Alpha, which has a couple of scenarios of which you can read on my blog, bitboardgaming.com. You can, the bigboardgaming.com or something like that. I'm writing about Battle Pack Alpha's of Minds and Men scenario. So that's a fun one in there. Now, the other thing that's interesting, I had a chat with Dave Heath the other day because I'm a little confused about stuff, and I wanted to see what was going on. And one thing that I did find out is that these companion books that you can see here, which have all the scenarios in them, and I think they also have the special rules for each individual module. So you can pick these up. You don't need them if you own the original game. So don't go and buy this, right? They sent me a couple of these just to see what was in them. What they're used for, or can be used for, is if you own the digital version of the games, you can use these to read the scenario instructions and see the setup. And it's got all the terrain effects charts in the back, and the direct fire tables and things like that. And I guess some people use them for reference. And the reason why I'm mentioning it is that he said that they had sold a lot of them, which kind of surprised me. So it's interesting that Lock and Load's got this opportunity to cross over, right? To have this crossover thing going where they've got a digital version of a board game and the board game itself, and you can get after it in both worlds, right? So it's kind of cool. Now, so there's that. So there's this thing, and then of course a lot of people have gone out and bought the rules summary. This little guy, right? Sort of quick reference flip charts doohickey. I kind of like it. I use it on a fairly regular basis if I don't want to go digging through the whole rule book. You'll notice my rule book is a little bit thinner than most because I tore out all the pages that were extraneous. They're not required. I kept the index in the back, but I pulled out all the examples and charts and stuff like that, just to kind of thin it down a little bit and let it do its job and be a little bit more less meaty. Big font in the rule book, full color, lots of artwork as you can see in here. That's the current. I think it's the current 5.1. Might be current. I'm not sure. I have a hard time keeping track of the rule book changes. So let's have a look at the Pledge of Honor module and see what's in it. And here's my quandary with this is I didn't even know that this had released, right? I didn't see anything online about it. I didn't see coming soon or anything like that. And being someone who's involved now in sort of product development and sales and marketing and running a company that does stuff retail and online, it was kind of odd to me that there was no major announcements. I kind of went back through the Board Game Geek posts and went back through some of the old live sessions, and I saw almost no reference to this whatsoever. And I just found it weird that the only way I found out about it, I was scrolling down the Lock and Load Tactical page. Hey, War Game Ramble, what's up, dog? Page, and I saw this guy posting pictures of this thing. I was like, what, right? Because I usually first cab off the rank to go buy this stuff, knew nothing about it. And it struck me as odd that a company who obviously gave someone a project to build a module, that the person built the module, tested the scenarios, got the map done. Someone worked out what the price was. This is all printed in-house. And I know they've had issues with printing, so maybe they didn't know when things were going to print because they had trouble with their printer. They couldn't get toner because Xerox had no toner. And then they had a malfunction on the printer. And so maybe that caused sort of the snafu with the communication outbound. But you're going to price something and then slap it up on the website, which, by the way, there's a whole other conversation we can have about the website. But put it up on the website, $29, and no one knows about it, and no one in the community knows about it either. So now, could just be that I am so 100% out of touch that I am a goofy dumbass, and I should have known that it was going to be there and available and all that. So maybe it's on me, but it's hard to sell stuff if you don't let people know it's coming. Now, they did announce the digital version of it, and there was a little bit of a hoo-ha about the digital version. In fact, there are a number of other expansions that have been released for Locomotive Tactical, and there you go. You can get all that stuff on digital, which is cool. I think it's a fantastic idea to have a digital version of the games and a physical version of the games, and you get the people potentially buying both. It's great. Okay, enough on that. Let's have a look and see what's in the box, or in the baggie, right? So nice full color doohickey, 24 pages, and it's all scenarios. Let's see how many we get here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 new scenarios. So that's pretty nice. There's an introduction here, talks about general stuff. Don't think it really refers to anything necessarily important. And then, so we've got the Angels Were Crying, which is a nice little one mapper with the VC versus the American US Army. 8-turn scenario. We've got the Brownwater Black Berets. I'm going to look at that in a second. We'll see what that is. Hey, Jeff, how you doing, man? Good to see you. This is U.S. Army versus the NVA. And this is, let's see, just using anything fun. Fire team in a helicopter attack squadron. So 2 Huey gunships. So nothing is better than having that. I wonder if they've got no boats. Okay, looks like it's something to do with boats, but it's just where the location is. Oh, it's a big full mapper too. Look at that one. There we go. Sweet. I love the larger scenarios for Locomotive Tactical. Clearing Route 597. This is set in 1966, and it's NVA versus Marines. Wow, there you go. A nice 2-mapper there. The Monsoon Magnus, August 6th, 1967, part of Operation Ballarat. Oh, this is the Aussies. No worries, mate, with the VC fighting the Australians. So we've got that going. Can't even do my Australian accent anymore. It's pretty sad. Fire in the Streets, Feb 13, 68. This is US Marines versus NVA. It's 2 maps, and one of the new maps, which is what, funnily enough, comes in the box. It comes in the box, in the bag. All right, so you get one map, map 3, which has been reconfigured. They've changed the terrain over here, just the regular size, but you also get it in the X map size, which is just super groovy. All right, so it's upscaled. What is it, 75%? Someone else can tell me about that. So that's going to have that scenario. It's got special hidden information with paragraphs. Ooh, one of them's got a table. So that's nice. I like it when they have the hidden information in scenarios and it's a table so you can roll stuff up. So it's new and fresh every time. But there's that scenario. You can see that there. I'll just try and do everything in reverse here. So it's pretty groovy. And then the Angel's Wing, 1970, NVA versus Arvin. Another 4-mapper, another big one. I need to check something here and see who did these. Who did these scenarios? This is Devon. Okay, this is all Devon. Yeah, they all looks like they're all Devon. So yeah, I don't know why this wasn't talked about at all. It beggars belief to me. So I don't know what goes on in the communication marketing department over there. Did I show you this one? I did not. More Australians versus NBA and VC. And this one is called Long Khan. And then Last Stop Before Saigon. And of course, when you play in this game, you can always substitute my leader counter for one of the other leaders. If you want to get a really good leader. Last Stop Before Saigon, 75 is going to be Arvin versus Pavan, whatever you want to say. No, that's a 2-mapper there. And that's it. Now, there's already a Vassal module for it too. So if you're playing with your buddies and you want to get after it, you can do that. So I think for $29, it's a pretty good deal. You get a map and 8 scenarios. I think that's pretty nice. I would love to see more of these expansions come out on a more frequent basis, since I don't think... How long has it been since there's been a module released for Lock and Load Tactical? 2 years? When was the last one? What was the last big one? North Africa? Was that the last big one? I think it was. Hey, Charles. Good to see you here. Welcome. Has it been 2 years? It feels like it might be 2 years. Now, I know there was Battles to the Rhine, or Battles for the Rhine, or something like that, or Battles to the Rhine. I picked up that. It's a nice little expansion like this, but it had... I think they had counters in it additionally. And then there was the Paratrooper expansion for Heroes of Normandy. I forget what that one was called, but that was pretty nice as well. And that had a fair amount of content in it as well. But there's been nothing else that I'm aware of. Did the Jackals thing? I can't remember a major module. When I say major, I'm talking about a boxed effort. I haven't seen one come out in a long time. So I'm excited. I'm not going to say that it's about to be announced because I don't know. But I do know that we are pretty close to getting a bit of Harvest module onto Kickstarter, along with some other stuff that will probably go to Kickstarter pretty soon from Lock and Load. So they may be waiting to get a number of things. We've got a little spiral bound issue here. A number of things all ready to go to the printers before they print them all, and then they're going to do maybe 3 Kickstarters altogether. Hopefully they'll do stretch goals on the Kickstarters as well, instead of the way they did them last time, because I think that also limits their ability to raise money. And they need to raise lots so that they can print lots and have the extra cash to do additional incremental funds for all of you who've not already bought some of these modules. I would encourage you, if you are interested in any of the Lock and Load tactical games and want the physical game, you should get off your hiney and go find a way to get one now, either directly from them or secondhand, before they go out of stock and they don't reprint it again. Like it would be a real shame if they never reprinted Heroes of Normandy or couldn't work out a way to do that, right? Because I think they're kind of at that spot now where they have, I guess there's probably several thousand copies of the different versions of Heroes of Normandy. There's the Band of Heroes and all that sort of stuff that came in the early releases. And then there's the Heroes of Normandy box option, which I don't know how many they printed of that, maybe 1,000 or something like that. But they need to print 1,000 or more to get a decent kind of return on their investment, right? So for them to sell 1,000 copies in a Kickstarter is pretty tough. So we need everyone to be supportive of these things when they do come out, and gobble them up, right? And also keep plugging away and asking Lock and Load Publishing to do a reprint. or reprints. If they can work out how to do it for less, I'm sure they will, and well, they'll get it out to us. All right, so so I will actually put it all away while I'm sitting here because it's just a habit. But I will actually be getting this out to play the Pledge of Honor. We'll play one of the scenarios with the new map. I've got to finish up some other stuff on the table. We're kind of tight on space at the moment, but we'll get something up. Excuse me. So that was all I had. I just want to do a quick little shrink wrap here and share with you the new Pledge of Honor. Let everybody see that, see what it was all about, so that you can have a look at it. If you've got questions, you need to hit me right now because I'm about to punch out of here and go roll some dice on a couple other games and get going. So glad to see a few people turned up here. We've got, I think, 20 people watching right now. Yeah, I will probably play one of the Australian scenarios. If I can find an Australian scenario that also has the new map, then that's exactly what we will do. We'll kind of make that happen. But all right, I'm going to let you guys roll. And it was just a quick little check-in and a little quick little share for new stuff from Lock and Load and make you aware of the fact that they have new product. It's a little hard to find, so I would search under. I think I ended up finding it by searching under Heroes of the NAM, and it popped up. Or you can just do Pledge of Honor, HONOR, and find it that way on the website. And then you, all you do then is click buy and give them your credit card. It's awesome. All right, later.